Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Starting a live stream. Starting a live stream. Kicking my laptop into overdrive. Here comes the fans. Okay. Setting this up. Here we go. Arthur, Lady Lou. Hey, Justin. Hi. Just type something here. I'm live. I'm live. Ask me anything. Ask me anything you wanna ask. Come on, buddy. You can do it, buddy. Good. Woohoo! Oh, baby. Every time you start the guitar, you have to like start from scratch. You got to warm up. You gotta get blood in. It's just like waking up in the morning. Like all your motor functions are not sharp. So if I play for you right now and you're like, why is Justin sucking? It's because I just picked up the guitar right now and I'm just warming up. Christopher, hi Justin, hello. How's it going? I'm going to do this live stream now, a little bit earlier than usual, because I got some stuff to do later on today. So I thought I'd ask you some questions, or you can ask me questions, and I'm going to tell you some stories along the way and play my guitar for you, okay? Sound good? Let me know in the chat if the audio and the video is okay, because, god damn it, I'm still figuring out this OBS. Like, sometimes it's laggy, sometimes the audio is laggy. I recently found your channel. Been swimming every day since August now. Good! How's your swimming? Right now it's considered off-season. Like when the weather is cold, for some reason people stop swimming. Whereas usually an indoor pool, I mean, it's climate controlled, so the weather outside doesn't really affect the weather inside. And just people spend more time in the saunas and the hot tubs. That's it. That's the only difference when it comes to swimming in the wintertime. But if you're in a country and you only have access to outdoor pools, I feel for you. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's hard to swim when it's freezing cold outside, dark and rainy like here in Vancouver. So, I'm a little bit sore and under the weather. I'll explain why. I joined a gym recently, and this gym's pretty good, actually. I like it. It's called Club 16 here in Vancouver, and it's a cool gym. It's been a while since I was back to a gym, because the last gym that I was signed up for was in Bangkok. It was a gym that shut down and took all our money. It was called True Fitness. I made a YouTube video about this topic. Anyways, this gym in Bangkok that I signed up for, I pre-signed up for, and I gave my money to them. One day they just shut down their doors and they took off with everybody's money. And there were members, that lost like 1-2 year or lifetime memberships worth of money. So I feel really bad for them. funny thing, like, yeah, scams are everywhere around the world. But I usually have first-hand experience of scams in Thailand. Every time I go to Thailand, I experience scams left and right. So I'm a very good person to ask when it comes to scams, because I have a lot of first-hand experience. I've lost a lot of money. So after that experience, losing my money for this gym in Bangkok, I just started working out on my own. I started working out in the parks, at home. I have like a condo gym downstairs. It's okay. It's kind of small. I'm from England. They're all indoor. Good. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. So, yeah, that's why I was hesitant to join a gym. I needed a break. And I was doing just fine working out at home. But the thing is, you probably know this. If you work out at home, you experience this. You get cabin fever. And cabin fever is like, you want to socialize. Working out is a social activity, in my opinion. When you work out, when you join a gym, you meet people from all sorts of backgrounds, like powerlifters, bodybuilders, just people trying to lose weight, newbies, people doing CrossFit, people doing calisthenics, people doing like gymnastics, people doing breakdancing, people doing like whatever. You meet all kinds of people, and these people represent your neighborhood or community. And the funny thing about this gym that I joined, it's been a while since I've been back to a gym. My reason for joining the gym is to socialize, right? Get out there, meet my community, just meet all kinds of people. So that's what I did when I go to a gym. If you see me at a gym, I'm talking to everybody. I'm smiling to you, and I'm greeting you, and I'm respectful for everyone. Any tips for how to do head-up swimming? I will get to that. Let me finish this story. So the funny thing, the ironic thing about this gym is that when you walk in, for me anyways, it's weird seeing all these groups of people like completely blind to each other. When I say blind, I mean like it's like high school all over again. Like you see all these people just like working out amongst each other, but they're not talking to each other. Like you see like Asians working out with Asians, white people working out with white people. You see like fat people working out with fat people. You see like CrossFit people working out with CrossFit people. You see like staff members just chatting with staff members. It's just all these cliques. I'm like, this is not a community. This is high school again. It's kind of funny. I mean, like, I'm right in front of you. Say hi. I'm saying hi to you. I mean, like, they think it's awkward that I say hi to people, like, but we're all humans. We're all social creatures. You know what I mean? So when I talk to people in the gym, they get surprised. They're like, no one's ever talked to me like you, Justin, or yeah, this is unusual, because everyone just keeps their head down. They work out. But you know what? Everybody in the gym, whether you like it or not, is thinking the same thing. They are all insecure. They're all insecure about their bodies. They're all insecure about what they're doing. Nobody's sure of what they're doing in a gym. Everybody's self-conscious. It's just like going to a club. Nobody's focusing on other people. Everyone's focusing on themselves. Like, do I look good? Do I smell good? Am I doing it right? Am I dancing right? Are people looking at me? Like, all these people are just so self-conscious and thinking about themselves. I can see it through their eyes, And you see me, I'm just not giving a fuck. I just do whatever I want, here, there, left, and right. And yeah, I mean, like, if I make mistakes doing handstands, if I make mistakes doing muscle-ups, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Or if I go for a max rep, yeah, who cares if the bar doesn't lift off my chest? Who cares if I can't lift it? Again, my analogy goes back to what I said before, right? When I accomplish a goal, I look at it like a big tree, and I want to hack at it as much as I can until it falls down. And how many hacks does it take? However long it takes for the tree to fall down. So that's how I approach it. So that's how I learn handstand. That's how I learn muscle ups. That's how I learn planche. That's how I learn front lever. That's how I learn whatever I want to learn. Take risks. Come on, man. The biggest risk for most people in the gym these days is just saying hello to each other. Completely oblivious. Like, I was like, another thing is like, a lot of guys just like shouting bro to each other. Like a 16-year-old kid saying, hey bro, you finished with that? I'm like, I am a 36-year-old guy that you're talking to, and you're 16 years old. You don't call me bro. You just say hello or hey. You know what I mean? Come on. Enough of that stupid bro talk, right? Sometimes I say man, sometimes I just say dude, but that's only when I know you personally, you know, when we can joke around. But if I've never met you before in my life and you come up to me and you say, bro, are you finished with that? Bro, can I use that? Bro, hey bro. A bunch of guys like chickens. Bro. Come on. Grow up. Be a man. Okay, so let's talk about head up front crawl. Okay, someone's asking here. Tips for head up swimming. Darren Thomas. Okay, so I'm going to answer your question right now. First of all, you got to ask yourself why you want to do head up swimming. The only situation that I would be doing head up swimming is if I was at the ocean, not at my local pool. Maybe if I was trying to rescue someone, yeah. Okay, head up front crawl. Head up breaststroke. Okay. So in those situations, if I have to save someone, or if I'm in the ocean, I will use head up swimming. Now, I was going to make a video about this topic, but again, I got injured and my muscles are sore from working out, so I've been reluctant to go into the pool and film, so I apologize for that. But in the video, I was going to explain that head up front crawl is very difficult to do. Because right now, like when you do front crawl, you look like this in the water, right? You're streamlined. When you do head up front crawl, you look like this. And this is very hard to maintain. This is treading water. This is head up front crawl. This is what your body looks like. Your legs are diagonal. You're like at a 45 degree. Your head is out of the water. You're trying to pull, but your arms aren't as efficient as when they're pulling like this on this side. So think about it. This is very efficient. It's like a sports car streaming on the road. But if your car looks like this, like popping a wheelie, which is what you're essentially doing in the water, it's very hard to maintain this. This is why we only do this if we need to see where we're going. Okay? So if I'm swimming out to a barge in an ocean and the water's like murky, deep, dark, then yeah, I have to do head up breaststroke or head up front crawl. If I have to rescue somebody and I don't know where I'm going because I'm in deep water or like I don't know where the object is, then yeah, I have to sacrifice this for this and I gotta see where I'm going while I swim. If I need to swim from point A to point B and the water is dark and murky, yeah, I need to sacrifice this for this. I have to go on my 45-degree angle, start swimming. But it's hella hard to maintain. And anybody who tells you when they do head up front crawl, it's not easy. Okay? Because again, you're kind of in that between space of treading water and streamlined. You're here. It's not a good position to be. Most people will tell you, you never want to put your legs like this in a 45 degree because it's like kicking while in quicksand. You want your legs on the surface of the water where it's nice and light, splashing on top. That's where you're the lightest. So, my tips for front crawl is only use it sparingly if you want to do it for head up, right? And because it's going to take a lot of energy. You're going to pull harder, you're going to kick harder. It's very hard to maintain. So what I do is when I do my front crawl, don't do what people do in the movies, okay? That's all fake and exaggerated, right? Don't do that. What's practical for me and for you that I recommend is if you're going to do front crawl, always look to the sides, okay? The sides will give you an advantage versus like heading up front crawl like this. This is not beneficial at all. This is better. You pull with the right arm, you look to the left. You pull with the left arm, you look to the right. You look towards where your lead arm is lunging out, okay? And you get a better grasp. Whew, right? You're twisting your body. you're working with your body versus like stable legs like this. You can see that my pull is not as effective if I'm doing this. But if I'm doing this, pull, pull, pull. I'm twisting my entire body towards that direction, and I look at that direction. It's a lot more efficient. I get more real estate in the water. Okay, so those are my tips. Try it out. I like my gym. It's so friendly. Don't enjoy working out at home too much. Working out at home is very lonely. You get cabin fever. That's why people, they turn on the TV when they work out. Right? But me, I don't like watching TV. I don't like running on a treadmill for 1 hour watching some annoying TV program. That's annoying for me. So for me, I'm a social animal like yourself. I like going out and meeting people, all sorts of people. I chat up every person in the gym. And they're all thinking the same thing. Like, oh, everyone's looking at me. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, I'm not so fit. I'm not as good as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, I need to... But get it out of your head, man. Come on. That's why we're all at the gym. We're all at the gym to get better. Right? Not all of us are here to maintain our gains. Some of us are trying to make gains. So don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Just learn. Like, you go to school to learn. You don't go to school to maintain what you've already learned. Nobody does. You should go to a school with an empty mind, an open mind, and say, what am I going to learn today that I can use or benefit? Or what am I learning towards? What is my... Right? Same with the gym. Come on. I'm always working on something in the gym. Right now, I'm working on tiger bends. Do you know what tiger bends are? Tiger bends are like when you're on a handstand and then you start slowly going down onto your forearms. So you land onto your forearms while in handstand position. So your legs are up here, but your forearms are on the ground. And then go back into a handstand where your hands are on grabbing the ground and your legs are up. It's very hard to do. It takes a lot of repetition, a lot of muscle memory in order to do it. That's what I'm working on. I fall. Who cares? Just keep hacking. Keep trying. I'm going to get it. Eventually, I just need to put in the work. So there you go. Everybody's working on something in the gym. Everybody's trying to accomplish something. No one's perfect. Justin, are you going to do any more guitar covers in the future? I really loved your covers. Please let me get you what you want. Oh, I love that song. I love that song, by the way. Good times for a change. See, the life I've had could make a good man turn bad. So please, 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 let me get what I want this time. Lord knows it would be the first time. Lord knows it would be the first time. What is your dream guitar? Dream guitar? Here's what I learned about guitars. Based on my life experience. I played so many kinds of guitars. Expensive guitars, cheap guitars, really hot looking guitars, really shitty looking guitars. pieces of like garbage with wood with strings attached. There is no dream guitar. I would rather focus on a dream skill. Or, how can I say this? The cook is only as good as his skills. Doesn't matter what kind of knife you put in his hands, the cook will always find a way based on his skills. So, again, I've told this story before. I had a friend in like high school. This kid, his parents bought him like a $3,000 Gibson authentic US of A Les Paul, like the one that Slash from Guns N' Roses had, like the same one, made in USA. And he brought it to school, and we were like, oh my god, this kid's a superstar now. But guess what? He fucking sucks. He can't play guitar. All he was doing was ripping off Slash and AC/DC cover songs. And he couldn't play worth shit. Anything. Like, he had no talent, no creativity, doesn't write his own songs. That's what I look for in a musician or a guitarist. Do you have your own style? Do you work on something that's your own? I can play covers for you as long as you want, and they sound great. But they're someone else's work. Do you know what I mean? That's why I hate Boyce Avenue. I hate cover bands. They play music that belongs to somebody else. It's like you wearing a shirt that belonged to somebody else. Wouldn't you rather own your own shirt? You know? So, Beatles, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, whatever, those bands, they're all great musicians, great artists. They will be remembered when they're all dead and gone. Cover bands, when they die, what will they be remembered by? By playing someone else's music? John Lennon will be remembered for playing John Lennon songs. John Lennon will not be remembered by playing Leadbelly songs or blues and folk song cover songs that he learned when he first started playing the guitar. You got to make your own work. Create your own piece of art. That's more important. Okay? Doesn't matter if you... Again, I've seen so many talented musicians that I've worked with and hired, I played with, I've jammed with. They can play like Mozart or Beethoven songs or jazz songs to the T, like a robot. But when it comes to making their own stuff, they're just flabbergasted. They just have no idea. You know? Some people think that way when it comes to guitar. They think guitar equals Guns N' Roses song. That's not what guitar equals. The ultimate purpose of a guitar is an extension of you. There is only one you in life. Be the best you that you can be. You know what I mean? What I was just playing right there is a song called Time. I wrote this song, my song. I can die happy knowing that people all over the world play this song in their MP3s or whatever they play in the future, their iPhones, whatever. If they listen to this song, they'll look back and say, Justin wrote this song called Time. Versus, Justin played a cover song of The Smiths. Please, please, please. No. No one's going to remember that. Because everyone's going to remember the original, the Genesis, The Smiths, Morrissey. You know what I mean? So, if you want to learn guitar, great. But you have to understand that the ultimate purpose of learning guitar is to further extend you. It's supposed to be you at the end. Express yourself, your true self, your raw, genuine. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get that. Like they'll have like I've met guitarists with like tens of thousands of dollars worth of guitar gear at their disposal, like all around them. I'm like drooling, like a kid in a candy store. But when they put it in their hands, what are they playing? Do 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 do. She's got eyes like they're playing Guns N' Roses. It's like, God damn it! You invested your life savings, all this money into these wonderful instruments, and you play somebody else's work. Come on. Smiths have so many good songs. Yes, I agree. They have great songs. A lot of Smith songs, when I first heard of it, just clicked for me. Like, yes, this is a band I like. It's very different. Very different style. Johnny Marr, very different style of guitar playing. Because when you're a guitar player, you start off, you're attracted to the flashy things like holy cow, Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, like Slash, boom, boom, Eddie Van Halen, like, yeah, flashy guitarists. But Johnny Marr trumps all of them, in my opinion. Because Johnny Marr listens to the music. He focuses his guitar playing around the song. Whereas these guitar players like Eddie Van Halen, yes, he's an amazing guitarist. Like technically he's just like, I'm like, wow. But all that Eddie Van Halen does is play Eddie Van Halen. When you think of Van Halen songs, what do you think of? You think of Eddie Van Halen. You don't think of, I can't think of any song in their catalog that's memorable for me compared to a very simple song from the Smiths. You know what I mean? That's what a musician should be. It's just like an actor, right? A really good actor, a really good musician focuses on the art, not himself or herself. Okay? I know it's hard to some of you to understand this. Like, oh no, that's not what I think. No. But it's true. You don't remember the actor, you don't remember the musician, you remember the song, you remember the movie. I don't go to see Leonardo DiCaprio because it's Leonardo DiCaprio. No, I go to see Leonardo DiCaprio because he's acting in Inception. I love that movie. But I don't love it because Leonardo DiCaprio's in it. I love it because the story is just fantastic. And Leonardo DiCaprio contributes his talents, his acting skills to aiding that story. Johnny Marr, he's not a flashy guitarist. He understands that the song is more important than himself. And that's what you need to understand as well. If you want to be part of a band, if you want to make music, if you really want to be a true artist, you have to give yourself to the art. That's the ultimate goal. That's why the Beatles songs are so timeless. It's because John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr. Who's the fourth one? The top of my head, I don't know. It's morning time. They all contributed to the art. They saw something that was greater than them, and they sacrificed their energy and time towards that art. That's a great musician. That's a great artist, in my opinion. Give yourself to the art. Another good guitarist that nobody really thinks about is Jonny Greenwood from Radiohead. He's not an accomplished guitarist. He was a piano player first. When Radiohead first started as a band, Jonny Greenwood would be the piano player. And he was so awkward. He was such a bad guitarist that he would turn the volume of his guitar amp really low so that the other musicians couldn't hear him. Jessica Flores, hi. Fabian, when you started swimming? I started when I was in elementary school. You can check out the previous video, swimming, how to get started. I made 2 days ago. I tell you the backstory of how I started. Jonny Greenwood from Radiohead. Just completely different guitarist, and I just love him for that. You know? he focuses on the songs, not Johnny Greenwood. Johnny Greenwood focuses on making a great song. And whether that song requires guitar, piano, or some kind of weird synthy thing that he plays with, yeah, he's completely selfless. And that's what makes really good music. Not Justin Bieber, not Katy Perry, not Britney Spears. These artists keep toting their name in front. You don't remember Justin Bieber songs for the title. You remember Justin Bieber songs because of Justin Bieber is shouting in front of your face like all the time. My song, me, my song. Look at my hair, look at my new tats, look at my new music video, look at these girls in the background. That's all fucking fake. And I can't stand it. The music always comes first. All of that stuff is just icing on the cake. If you have a great song, you can put whatever you want on top, as long as the song is great. And that's what's missing in mainstream music. So that's why I don't listen to mainstream music. Do you swim competitive, for example, in college? No. What I did in college was work as a lifeguard and swim instructor. So you'll see two types of swimmers in your local swimming pool. The ones that work as lifeguards and swim instructors, and the ones that are competitive swimmers in background. And they're two different leagues. You know? Very different. I would compare lifeguard swim instructors to be like the police. Right? Friendly neighborhood community police, right? Watching out for everyone, making sure everyone's safe, making sure no one gets into trouble or gets hurt or in danger. Like the really good policemen, not the bad cops you see. I'm talking about really good policemen that are looking out for everyone's best interest. That's what I compare a lifeguard swim instructor to be like. Whereas competitive swimmers are like, they're kind of like, how can I describe it? The National Guard. They're very niche focused group. They can't relate to anybody. They don't socialize. They just stick to their own team, and they just rent a lane at the local pool, and they only talk amongst themselves, and they use the pool for 2-4 hours. The coach is the cult leader. It's a cult, basically. Competitive swim clubs are a cult. The coach is the cult leader, and they do whatever the coach tells them to do, and they swim really good. And they look down on everyone. They're kind of snobby and stuck up. Not all of them, but again, come on. If you're not socializing with everyone in your environment, whether it's the gym or the pool, you're a snob. And me, I can't stand those people. I like socializing with everyone. Maybe that's why I was a great lifeguard or swim instructor. But I just didn't really like that competitive swimming crowd. Because they don't look happy. They're always like, for example, competitive swimmers, they got really high standards. They got a lot of pressure. They got to compete. That's why they're competitive swimmers. So they're always like looking at their flaws. It's like dating a supermodel. Like you think on the outside, supermodels lifestyle and like persona is great, but once you get to know the real supermodel, they're just full of flaws and like insecurities and like, oh my God, they're just like an ugly girl on the inside all the time. So yeah, competitive swimmers, I mean, they're great technical swimmers. Fantastic. Swim like a fish. Everybody envies them. But I haven't really met a lot of nice competitive swimmers. Like, seriously, like, well-rounded, outgoing. No, they're all in their head, stuck in their head, focusing on the next swim meet, the next, the next, like, oh, I gotta work on my weaknesses. I gotta shed this amount of seconds off my butterfly kind of attitude. It's a lot of pressure. And they all, you've seen like stories on YouTube, like really famous competitive swimmers, like go into depression and like just fucking screw up their lives. Even Michael Phelps, you saw him, like his story, like, yeah, it can really fuck you up. Jessica Flores, oh my God, I love you. You do so many things and you were so talented. Thank you. Do I believe in talent? No. Do I believe in hard work? Yeah. If I had to take two people, one person was really talented but didn't practice, didn't put in the work, versus somebody who is not talented but put in the work every day and tried his best, I would put my bets on this person. Talent can only get you so far. Looks can get you only so far. In the end, it's the attitude that matters. Like, I'll give you an example. Talking about dating and relationships. If you've dated a really beautiful girl, you know what I'm talking about. Like, a really hot girl. Doesn't really matter how hot the girl is. The looks don't last that long. Like, come on, be real. Women have a time frame of 30 years. After they reach the age of 30, they start to age like milk. It gets worse and worse over the years. Especially when, on top of that, they've got a really bad attitude in life. And when I talk about really bad attitude, I'm talking about girls that don't like working out, girls that don't take care of their health, they smoke, they go to clubs, they stay up really late, they party, they don't eat good food. They take for granted what God has given them, great looks. And I've seen these girls completely transform with time, given enough time. These once beautiful girls that I had crushes on, they just turn into like slugs and just like hideous beasts. Because time has caught up to them. The carbs have caught up to them. Their bad lifestyle choices have caught up to them. So the attitude is the most important thing. And I think a lot of Western women just don't get it because Western women have been given everything. They've got Starbucks. They've got Amazon. They've got Tinder. They've got the whole world by the balls. And yet they're all unhappy. Versus like the poorest of the poor that I've seen. Families like a mother and a father and a child sleeping on the streets of Bangkok, selling t-shirts on the side of the road. That's what our life is all about, relationships. They make it work. My God. All these poor families that I see, they all have good attitudes is what I'm saying. That's why they keep it together. Their partners are not perfect. And this is the problem with Western women. They want this perfect man or perfect woman. This unicorn that they describe. There's no such thing. Your standards are too high. Your Tinder is too high. Your Starbucks too high. Your Amazon too high. You just want everything. And once you're given everything, nothing is good enough. Versus these poor people, they love each other. They make it work. They see the flaws in their partners. They're happy though. They're sleeping on the side of the streets. I remember when I was in Korea. I was broke, dead broke, had no job. I was staying on a Goshiwon. If you don't know what a Goshiwon is, a Goshiwon or Goshitel is basically like these tiny little broom closet rooms that you can stay at for like $400 a month, right? It has a tiny bed, a tiny desk. It was originally used, these Goshiwons, for like studying purposes. So students would leave their families, they would live in these Goshiwons for like a month, and they would just nonstop eat, sleep, and study in these rooms so they could focus, like without their family pestering them or being around them. That was the original purpose. But I was dead broke, no money. I stayed in these Goshiwons for quite a long time. And I got to know my neighbors. And some of my neighbors were like these families. Poor families. Like sharing a one room, tiny little broom closet. Amongst three people. Like a husband, wife, and a baby. Like my room was bigger than their room. Because I would buy a premium size room. A large room in these Goshitels. And whereas they had a small room. And the reason why I saw these people is because they had their door open. They didn't have enough space. So, because three people living in this tiny little broom closet, their legs were sticking out of the room. The door was wide open. They made it work though. And they were happy. baby was laughing. They weren't crying. They weren't miserable. They weren't getting drunk. No, they were together. They had each other. They made it work. So, goes to show you, attitude is everything. Okay? Girls, you need to pay attention. You've been given everything you could possibly want. And you're not happy. And I'm telling you why. And it doesn't sound good, what I'm saying to you. I'm telling you. This is what I want to say to Western girls. Western girls that have these bad attitudes. They've got these great jobs. They don't have a boyfriend. They don't have a family. They don't have kids. They've got an empty house. Ask yourself this question. I'm not judging you, but I want you to ask yourself this question. Would your grandmother be proud of the choices that you've made in life? All right? If the answer is no, then you got to change something. Okay? Not me. I'm not judging you. Just ask yourself, if your grandma saw what you were doing with your life, would she be proud of you? If you can't think about it that way, think about it this way. If you were a grandmother and you saw your grandchildren, would you be proud of what they were doing to their lives? And what are they doing? They're hooking up with people online using this app called Tinder. They're working like 60-hour work weeks, making lots of money. And yet, they have no one to come home to except for a stupid little dog. They've got this giant house that they've earned by working hard at their job. But there's no husband, no children. Come on. There's a reason why God gave you a vagina. It wasn't to make money. It was to make family. So, I always look at poor people. Because poor people they make it work. They make things work. Because, no matter what happens, they have each other. No matter how poor they are, no matter how tough things get, seeing their kids sleep on the side of the road while they're trying to sell t-shirts at midnight in Bangkok, they try to make it work. Because all they have is each other. So, do you stop your times? When you do, which do you have? Stop my times? What do you mean by times? Stream lagging? Yeah, I don't know why this lags for some reason. It's just in and out. Can you react to Holland Neverland? What is that? What I can react to is Jordan Peterson versus Kathy Newman. If you haven't heard, there is this, it's on YouTube. You'll probably see it. Just type Jordan Peterson, Kathy Newman. I like Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson reminds me of a professor I had in university. And you know what? Professors, I noticed, all talk like that. Professors, they're very well knowledgeable people. I admire them. I respect them. They've earned their position in life as a professor. But the one thing that I just can't stand about these professors is they can't communicate in simple words what they're trying to say. Compare Chris Rock. If you watch Chris Rock's stand-up comedy, you should. Whatever he says makes sense to me. When he says God damn it, don't argue with a woman. Never. You will never win an argument. Duh. But Jordan Peterson, when he tries to spin it in his own words, it's just it's like a 12-minute video. And again, I get it. All that reading, all that research, all that education, it's just like this giant tangle of information in his brain. And it's really hard to like filter that information and express it in a very simple manner. So whenever I watch Jordan Peterson, like in interviews or his videos on YouTube, I've got to pay attention to what he's saying. I can't like go to sleep and listen to Jordan Peterson. Talk. No. When he talks, got to pay attention. You got to be actively listening to what he says. So, yeah. He talks just blah, 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 blah. I'm like, ugh. Just break it down in 4 simple words. I'm a clinical psychologist. Drop the mic. But yeah, Kathy Newman, god damn it. What kind of interviewer is that? It's called an interview, not an interrogation. You know, when you have a guest that comes to your show that you invite, you don't start stabbing them with like, you're saying this, you're doing this, accusations and all that. Come on. What kind of host are you? When you have an interview, you're there to listen, ask questions that follow up to previous questions and previous answers. That's the mark of a great interview. Listening. She doesn't listen. She came to this interview. She came with a knife while Peterson had a gun. Pow! Gotcha! So, she got what she deserved. Does she deserve my sympathy or anyone's sympathy? No, I don't think so. Because that's not how you conduct an interview. Come on, be professional. You're there to listen, ask questions, expand upon a conversation. She just kept accusing him for this and that. Like, come on. That's the problem with women. Women, they get too emotional, hormones kick in, nothing makes sense. Once their feelings are hurt, once you hurt their feelings, they're all about just aggravation. That's all they care about, aggravating you. There's no conversation anymore. It's just, I'm going to you hurt my feelings, and I'm going to aggravate you from now on. That's it. I'm going to stir up drama to the point where you want to hit me because I'm pissing you off so much. That's what women do. If you don't know this, get into a real relationship. Have a girlfriend. Get into an argument with your girlfriend. This is what it's like. Okay? I'm not telling you from what I've seen. I'm telling you from what I've experienced in relationships. All right? So, I love Jordan Peterson. He's the right guy at the right time right now. I can see a lot of men that are miserable, not happy with their lives, the way society is going. It's all about like me versus you, women versus men. It's not about women versus men. We are very different. We can't be treated the same. You can't pigeonhole us in one. If you wanted to, you can create a unisex washroom. But I don't think women would enjoy taking a shit next to a guy in the next stall. Because I have. In Korea. I've been in a unisex washroom. It's not fun. Taking a big dump next to a girl. Or pissing next to a girl. Come on. If you never tried it, women, once you do, you will be so glad that you are a woman and that God gave you a vagina and that we are separate and we are different. We are complementary creatures, men and women. We're not the same. So, these women, these feminists, I get where you're talking about. When I see these feminists or these women that are protesting, angry, or Me Too and all that, I understand where they're coming from. It's a place of pain, right? They need somebody, a father figure, to say, it's okay. I'm sorry you feel this way. Let's try to make it better. That's what you should be saying first. And then, afterwards, once they've calmed down, you're going to say to them, bluntly and honestly, this behavior is unacceptable. You do not shout at me anymore. You do not make accusations anymore. You're here to contribute to this conversation as adults. It's hard for women to do that because they want the best of everything, but they don't want to answer for the consequences. And again, let's look at the opposite. Like men. What are men doing completely opposite of feminists? MGTOW. Men going their own way. They think this is the answer. Going to monk mode. Completely rid my life of women altogether. Just focus on myself. Yes, this is the righteous path. The path to monkhood. No, it isn't. Men, we need women. That's the joy of life. Why would you take women out of the picture in your life? Having a girlfriend is one of the greatest things. Having a relationship, a loving relationship, having a family, it's one of the greatest things we can have in this life. Just experiencing life alone? Come on. See the bigger picture. Come on. Again, I know why men do the MGTOW thing. It comes from a place of pain they've experienced, like women cheating on them, bad relationships, just putting up with women's bullshit, women flaking, stabbing them behind the back, hypergamy. I get it. I feel for you guys too, but MGTOW is not the answer. No, it's not. Can't ignore each other. We're all here. Okay? Just like in the gym. All these people around each other. Different backgrounds of fitness. They're not talking to each other. It's like they think they're the only one in the gym. It's kind of funny when I should have filmed it. Like they're all working out, but they can't. They think they're the only person in the gym for some reason. So, we need each other. You just need to find the right partner in life. A reciprocal partner, like Jordan Peterson explains. You don't want a partner that's weaker than you. You don't want a partner that's stronger than you. You want a partner that complements you. And why am I saying this? Because, well, if you look at my relationships, my past girlfriends, my relationships last a very long time. One relationship, I was with one girl for like 5-6 years. Another relationship, I was with this girl for 2 years or more. Compared to like some people I ask, like, what was your longest relationship? Oh, 3 weeks. 4 weeks. These Sex and the City bitches that go through guys like it's a sport. Or these pickup artists that go through girls like it's a sport. Like, hey, I've got 50 notches under my belt. I slept with 50 women. Yeah. But did you find that one woman that just completed you in your life? Or were these 50 women just like junk food, that didn't do anything to your life? Was it just empty? I would rather have one wonderful partner in life versus 100 one-night stands. It's so empty. So, yeah, MGTOW is not the answer. Feminist is not the answer. You need each other. You just need to find the right partner. And you got to look at yourself. And you got to ask yourself, am I doing the best that I can to attract a partner? Do I have the right mind frame? Am I fit, physically fit? Do I look attractive? If you're a girl with a bone ring through your nose, some tattoos on your shoulder, yoga pants, and you're wearing like a wife beater t-shirt in public, you're not attracting me, that's for sure. Come on. If you want to know what real attraction, what real femininity looks like, go to Asia. Go to Korea. Girls, well, I would say go to Moscow. Go to Ukraine. Those girls are very feminine. Feminine looking, at least. Girls should be wearing heels and skirts. Not the men. Alright? Is this video lagging? Please let me know. It's just, I'm looking at a screen that's chunky. Oh, okay. Time's up. I've got to go. So thank you for participating in this live stream. I apologize for the lag. I don't know what the hell is causing this lag, if there is a lag. But thank you for asking your questions. And again, I'll do another live stream next week. Probably same day, same time, around the same time. But again, I'm off to make some more videos, so I've got to go. Love you. Subscribe to this channel. Check out my Twitch. Check out my Instagram and steam it up here. And I'll talk to you later.